everybody. It's me coming to you from Aspen, and I thought I would do an Instagram Live with our favorite friend, Neal Katyal, because I know how you all know and love Neal. I hope you can hear me. I hope the reception is okay. The question is, I've got to wait for Neal. Let's see if I see him. Hold on. We're going to talk about the Supreme Court, all sorts of stuff. I'm in a gondola right now. I have had a tequila, so fair warning. And let's see if I can find Neal. Hold on.
Hey! Wait a second. That's it. How do I?
Wait, Mulner.
How do I do that around?
Okay, hold on.
They had too much tequila.
Okay.
Mulner had too much tequila.
Okay. Hi, Neal. So
Hey.
we're from a gondola in Aspen, everyone. We're here for the Ideas Festival. Here, John.
She
hold
had
on.
the tequila. And I'm
Hold
the one
on,
backing up.
Mulner. Anyway, Neal, I know
Hey.
you're doing a panel about the Supreme Court tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Mulner, we're really not doing a good job here.
I can't
okay,
see.
That's okay.
All right.
Anyway, I know you're doing a panel about the Supreme Court. So much to talk about.
Yeah.
Someone told me Rick Hasson, do you know Rick
I
Hasson?
do,
He's
yeah.
a legal scholar
Right.
from UC Berkeley.
Yeah, I think
Is
yeah, some California school.
Some
I don't know if
California
Berkeley.
school.
My sister teaches at Berkeley.
Yeah, some
so-
California school. Hi, everyone. And he basically said the Supreme Court in the next couple of days are going to deliver some really more controversial decisions. What have you heard about that? What do you know about that?
Yeah, it can't be more controversial than what we've
Well,
gone
that's
through
true.
between
Yeah.
the overruling
I'm
of
gonna do
Roe
this more.
versus Wade
Yeah.
and the guns decision, which was an extraordinarily, frankly, ridiculous opinion in my view, that basically gave a concealed carry right to people across the country. So tomorrow is the last day of the term. It's going to end at about 11 a.m. and then Justice Breyer will retire at noon to be replaced by Ketanji Brown Jackson. But I think there are two big decisions still left out. One is this decision called West Virginia versus EPA, and it's about whether the federal government can regulate greenhouse gas emissions. And this is frankly very scary.
I understand that they're going to say it can't.
Well, we don't know for sure. I mean, I always hope springs eternal for me. But if you listen to the oral argument, yeah, I think the worry is that they're going to try and end the federal government's ability to restrict greenhouse gas emissions. Or
Will
at
the
least a part
divide
of
be
it.
the same as it was for Roe?
Probably, yeah.
You
I think
think?
that's what it's looking like from the oral argument. Again, hope springs eternal. Maybe they'll do something better.
There's
but
also
that's,
a decision expected about gerrymandering, I understand. Do you know anything about that?
I don't. I think there was an emergency motion on gerrymandering coming up from, I think, Louisiana that was decided yesterday. So then there's the North Carolina gerrymandering case, which is mine. Which is
it's yours?
Yeah. So they're trying to decide
how
whether
about that?
whether to take that case or not, and that has this whole question of whether state courts can have any role in gerrymandering or election disputes as a whole. Conservatives been trying to get rid of that and throw everything to the state legislatures.
Which is disastrous given this things that are happening kind of under the radar about things they're doing in preparation for the 2024 elections, and in some states even the midterms, right?
That's exactly right, Katie. So, I mean, what's been going on is a lot of gamesmanship by one political party in the state legislatures, in the kind of folks who count elections, the Board of Elections and things like that. So it's state, Secretary of State, all those different positions. And so there's a real worry that if the Republicans win this argument in the U.S. Supreme Court, it means there's no court review over what states will do and or what these board officials will do. And that is a frightening thought. I mean, literally they are going to the Supreme Court to say, Florida Supreme Court or Louisiana Supreme Court, you're not allowed to tell us anything about your own election. And that's pretty crazy.
It's insane. All right, just getting back to Roe v. Wade, because obviously a lot of my followers are very concerned and care deeply about the overturning of precedents. Thank you. Are you doing that for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Your arm is longer. We're coming to you from a gondola in Aspen. I know how random, right, everyone?
We're here for Aspen ideas. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not skiing.
Yeah, we're not skiing. Oh, Mulner.
I'm just showing them that.
Oh, okay. That's
Ooh,
the
that's a good angle.
Yeah, that is a good angle.
Yeah.
Nice job, Mulner.
You're-
But anyway, any updates since we last talked about overturning Roe v. Wade? President Biden and Vice President Harris have come out strongly against it, but any movement in terms of legislative remedies for codifying the right reproductive rights in general.
I mean, first of all, the decision's heartbreaking, and every day that goes by, I look at it again, and I'm like, God, this is just such a travesty and a betrayal of what we are as Americans.
There's never been a Supreme Court decision where their rights have been taken away, has there?
Yeah, not like this, certainly. I mean, you know, like the Voting Rights Act is one in which the Supreme Court did take some voting rights away from people back in 2013 in a case called Shelby County. But nonetheless, I would say, yeah, I think you're generally right. And certainly nothing of this gravity and importance. I mean, women for generations, frankly, all of us have grown up with a certain understanding of reproductive justice and a right to privacy that's now being stripped away by 5 justices on the United States Supreme Court.
Neal, you know, Clarence Thomas sort of wrote an opinion that was pretty scary about taking, you know, re-examining a number of cases, like Obergefell, gay, you know, same-sex marriage, even a case in, is it Griswold in Connecticut about making contraception available?
Exactly.
So
he wants to overrule all of that.
And Hillary Clinton was on CBS this morning. Someone told me, this is secondhand, basically telling, be careful with your finger because then people can't hear. No, hold on. It's just, this is the mic. No, you're doing great, Mole. Just do it on either side without covering the mic. Down a little bit. Okay, perfect. Anyway, Hillary Clinton was on CBS this morning and basically said Clarence Thomas was sending a message to all conservative judges at every level to say, basically, bring it on. We are here. We are a Supreme Court receptive to overturning or limiting or, basically re-examining many of these laws that have passed that I guess they see as judicial overreach. Is that accurate?
I think it's totally accurate. You know, just a few hours after that draft opinion in the Mississippi abortion case leaked, I wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post saying, look, this isn't just about abortion. It's about the right to privacy, right to contraception, marriage equality, all of this. And in a way, and this is something that the legal scholar Melissa Murray at NYU said, you know, thank God for Clarence Thomas, because he actually connected the dots and just said it out loud, as opposed to hiding it the way Justice Alito did. These people are gunning for a return to a very different America of, you know, a world that we have not seen in our lifetimes. And so
and you know what's weird is, you know, I've read a million articles, but obviously I don't know a scintilla of what you know, but Judge Alito, you know, they were deciding whether or not they should limit abortion to under 15 weeks, right? So talk about judicial overreach.
100%.
He was taking an opportunity to really just get rid of Roe v. Wade when it was actually a very limited decision, right?
100%. So then this is Chief Justice Roberts' opinion in the case, which is to say, look, the Mississippi law is a 15-week ban. Why in the world are you writing a decision that says a 0-week ban, a flat ban on abortion, even with no rape or incest exception, and no medical exception for the health of the woman? I mean, they think all of that is okay, this 5-justice majority on the Supreme Court. So that is really extraordinary. Now,
I wanted to ask you real quickly, do you think Chief Justice Roberts has, in fact, lost control of his court?
Sure looks that way. I mean, if the Chief Justice, again, Chief Justice is only one of 9 votes. He's considered the first among equals. So it's not the first time that a Chief Justice has not controlled the Supreme Court. But this Chief Justice is a pretty incredible figure. He's an institutionalist. He's someone who really studies the history of the court. His obvious hero is John Marshall, our first great Chief Justice back in the early 1800s. And right now, this Chief Justice, I think, is probably rightly dismayed by the fact that he's not looking like Chief Justice Marshall. And I don't think it's about him. I don't mean to say that, because he's truly someone who puts country first, who puts the court first, and the like. And I think he's got to look at what his colleagues are doing and saying, you know, this is a really worrisome thing.
I want to just ask you one more question because we only have probably 30 seconds
left. And by the way, you told me this was a 3-minute post you drinking tequila.
I can't help it. I have so many
happened?
questions for you, Neal. But what's wrong, Mo?
Ask him a Trump question.
A Trump question.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. I mean, come on, Neal.
Trump, where's my
Yesterday-
ketchup? Where's
yesterday-
my porcelain?
Yesterday was insanity. I mean, we've heard about this. The fact that he wanted to get rid of the magnetometers because these people weren't going to hurt him. The fact that he, apparently tried to grab the steering wheel of a Secret Service agent. This is all according to the 25-year-old. Oh, John Molnar has a question.
No, and
What?
the fact that he heard that the crowd moving towards his speech were carrying weapons.
Oh yeah, all kinds of
All
weapons.
kinds of
But he
craziness.
wanted to let them in, despite that fact, and wanted them to be able to go to the Capitol. Does this give more grounds for a criminal prosecution?
100%. So the testimony yesterday was really quite devastating to Donald Trump. I think if you're at the Justice Department and trying to evaluate this case, before it was a case of willful blindness. That's what prosecutors call it when they have to show criminal intent that you wanted to commit a crime.
Well, doesn't this show criminal intent?
Well, right. So the old version pre-yesterday was the guy was burying his head in the sand, pretending he won the election, not talking. Actively involved in
And
the
actually
plot.
wanted to
to
storm. He
remove-
wanted to storm. Did he want to storm the Capitol or just give a second speech at the Capitol?
Well, we do know that he wanted to remove the metal detectors from the crowd of people he knew were armed with, AK-57s or whatever,
47s. No,
And-
AR.
AK.
No, AR-15.
Whatever.
AR-15s and AK-47.
Sorry, we've had a little tequila, everyone. We
Not
do
me.
apologize.
You're the
have
tequila.
to.
No, I didn't drink the tequila.
Oh, you. Oh,
Yeah.
Neal had red wine.
Oh, Neal had red wine. Sorry. Go ahead, Neal.
So anyway, the bottom line is, it looks much more active involvement on Trump's part after yesterday. And the most important thing is this wasn't like testimony coming from some like never Trumper Republican or some deep state Democrat. This was coming from one of Donald Trump's appointees.
Who he
someone
claims
who's
to
a
have never have heard of now.
Yeah, she had a very important role in the White House.
So when are we going to hear from Merrick Garland, for crying out loud, Neal?
I don't know, but I want to hear from him when the case is ready and done and all of the I's
You
are
keep
dotted.
saying that, but how long does it take?
I get frustrated too, but at the end of the day, it's a criminal prosecution. They've got to win every single juror. In our system, you got to get all 12 to agree. So I respect Garland, and I think after yesterday, it's very hard for him to look the other way.
What about lawsuits in Georgia right now? Is that
I thought we
sort
were
of
done.
open?
We're
I'm
done.
sorry. Oh, okay. All
We're
right.
gonna go. Hey,
Neal
by the
doesn't
way,
want
is
to
this
do
the first
anymore.
time you two kids have ever done this together in the
What do you mean
same
by
I think
this?
it is.
gondola?
Yeah, we've never done an IG Live in a
Whoa.
gondola, and we've never been at the same place doing an IG Live. So thank you, Neal.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for watching.
You didn't thank the cameraman.
Oh, thank you, John Molnar. Here.
No, that's okay.
No, go ahead. Take a quick shot of yourself.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay.